2024 Saudi Arabia Grand Prix predictions. Sorry for the long hiatus. I'm Vilgax Cash Money. I'm back in the cut. Coming out with the second race of the season. We've got more predictions. These are a bit less shiced than the opening race of the season, but they're still cooking. They're still cooking. We're back with the gunner, the fire gif. This gif is always coming back in the background for every prediction video, and let's get straight into it. Let's waste no business, okay? Prediction number one, we got quality prediction. Who do I think is going to sit pole position? Who do I think is going to top the charts? And there's a few options. I think there's only realistically three, to be honest. I think you have to go with either Max or the Ferraris. I've gone with the Ferraris, but maybe not the one you would expect. I've actually gone with Carlos Sainz. I've gone with the smooth operator. I think Carlos is going to be cooking. I think he's going to be cooking. I think both. It might be a Ferrari one too for quali. That wouldn't surprise anyone, I don't think. On this track, I don't think any. I'm pretty sure the quali will have that group of three in the top three in some type of order. I don't think it's going to be McLaren or some rogue stuff. It's going to be something like this. But anyway, into the meat and potatoes. Alright, so once again, back at it again. So I've got some predictions. We've got DNF. I've got the Goob Noobs. I've got Shy Strive, Goob Noobs. Terrible team or drivers. You're just going to be a bad performance or just bad luck, a bad race overall from them. Shy Strive. The opposite, it's going to be a Shy Strive. It's like the honorable mentions. Maybe they don't get some points or something like that. Maybe they do. I just want to put them in there. Also can be a team or a driver. Then we got self-explanatory, top 10, second and third, and then race winner. Okay. Now up to the Oki, straight into it. DNF, I've got two. I've got Valtteri Bottas and Ocon. Now, my prediction for this really just stems from a little spoiler here. Right, this is gonna be another one in Group Noobs. For the first time, I'm gonna put two different things in Group Noobs. But Ocon, he's gonna be on, he's Alpine, both Gasly and Ocon. They're gonna start at the back of the grid. They're gonna qualify terribly again. They're gonna qualify horrifically. I don't think Valtteri's gonna have. I have a bad feeling for my boy, man. It's gonna be. He had pretty bad luck last time in the Bahrain Grand Prix. I think he's gonna be caught out on some opening bullshit at the start of the race by Ocon. Just that classic back of the pack cluster where like a few things happen, just like last race. I think it's gonna happen again to Bottas. I don't think it's gonna be his fault at all. I think Ocon is just gotta do something Ocon-like, and it's gonna be bad news. We know Alpine's gonna do bad though, so putting Alpine in Group Noobs would be a cheap and cowardly answer. It's true, but it's just like a given, right? So I've actually put Danny Ricciardo of nothing else than just bad vibes, to be honest. Something about this race just stinks of not going well for Danny Ricciardo. I don't know what it is. It's just a vibes thing. I don't really have an answer. Moving into Shice Drive, I only have one answer for this. And it's Haas. Whoops. I got Haas and Shice Drive. This should honestly not be bad for Haas. You'll see. I do have a Haas driver in my top 10. Shocker. Crazy if you could guess who it is. But this is a track with low tire deg, which wouldn't have mattered last year because their tire degradation was so terrible. But they're expecting low degradation on this Grand Prix, and Haas have since improved the degradation. And I feel like their race pace is pretty solid. I think it opens. I think this is like a big opportunity. I don't think both drivers will get points. I think spoilers. I think Kevin is not in my top 10. I'm already saying it. Already spoiling who I have out of the two of them in my top 10. Kevin will have another good race. I think he'll have another solid performance. Maybe right outside of the top 10, right outside of points. But I think this will be a good race for Haas. I'm feeling it, and I think a lot of people are feeling that in the air. So I think let's cook. Now moving on to the top 10. This is a bit bold. Might cop some flack for it. 10th position, Alonso. I'm just simply not feeling super good about Aston Martin for the Saudi Grand Prix. I'm sure they won't be bad. They'll be, like top of the midfield or something like that. I'm sure Lance won't even, I don't even think Lance will do particularly bad. If Lance has the goatee, he's kind of a nice driver. So I don't think like a bad performance from either of these two. I think that Aston might just fall a little bit towards the bottom end of the top teams or higher end of the mid, however you want to phrase it. I think it'll be a good drive from Alonso. I think he'll still get his point. It'll still be a fine performance. That's about it though. But ahead of him, I actually have launch. Nah, I got Yuki Tsunoda. I think this guy. Well, we know that my man's quick, and I feel like Saudi is a track not made for Tsunoda, but this is one of them tracks where I feel like he's gonna actually like he'll do. I promise you in qualifying, he's gonna Q3. He'll be Q3 this time. I don't think he'll be in the top 5. That would be a bit insane. Top 6 maybe. Top 6 is a bit. I know that even though it's a one position difference. Top 6 maybe. Top 7 for sure. I feel like. But I would predict a Q3 appearance from Yuki Tsunoda. And I feel like after last race, I feel like he's got that hunger in him. He's upset. I feel like he's gonna drive. I think he's gonna convert that Yuki anger into Yuki pace. Is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling some of that. Next up, I'm gonna put 2 at the same time. We've got the Ross man, and we've got Lewis. We've got Hamilton. I don't really have a ton to say other than Mercedes. I feel like this is just around about where I think they're gonna be. What you should be thinking about now, though, is how I have not put Nico Hülkenberg in my top 10 because it's now. Yes. Okay. Yes. This is a bit crazy. I just think Hülkenberg's gonna do something miraculous. I was honestly also considering maybe a DNF from one of these two off vibes. It's not quite the vibe. Hülkenberg, I've already explained this before with the Scheiss drive and Monogram Haas. The car will be good on this race. I'm really sure. Will it be good enough for this? What is this? 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th place? Maybe not. This would be crazy. This would be kind of crazy. This is probably the biggest or second biggest prediction I have in this top 10 or in this prediction list so far. This might be crazier than the entirety. No, it's not. It's not crazier than my prior predictions. Those are wild. But Hülkenberg, if he manages to, okay, first of all, if I get this right, I'm the GOAT. Let's keep this in mind, and let's also move on because I don't have much to say that I didn't already say with the Haas Scheiss drive prediction. So we're gonna move on. We get another double team, double stack. I've got Piastri and Norris up next for 5th and 4th respectively. This is really the same as the Mercedes. Practice is coming up tonight, so we'll see actually where these teams potentially stand on performance with their cars. But this is around about where I think they should have, where they should place in this Grand Prix. They could be a bit higher. I was feeling maybe a podium coming out from one of these two, or they could even be lower. This top 10, it's all really close. So it's not like a big deal. Like I could have them here, or I could swap these in the Mercedes, or I could swap, put Hülkenberg back here where he probably should be. I can mix these 5, or even honestly, I can mix up until Yuki and honestly not care a whole bunch. It makes a lot of sense. It's not too insane. The pack is very, very close. I wouldn't be surprised if we have another little double position with both of these teams here. So I'll move on with the swiftness onto who I think will be. Oh wait, am I crazy? Wait, I am crazy. Wait, this is 5th and 4th, not 4th and 3rd. Can't remember if I said that or not. But who I do think will be 4th is Sergio Perez. Perez very good around here for the past couple seasons. He was good around here last year. He actually won last year, I'm pretty sure. One of the 3 races Max didn't actually win. Okay. Sorry, I just got down thinking about it. Yeah, you know what? I don't care anymore. Perez, he'll do good, but he won't podium. And that's all I have to say. Moving on to the podium now. I have cooked up a cheeky little Carlos Sainz, who I predicted as the pole sitter. Yeah, again, similar to the qualifying, I think the top 3 will actually just be, unless you think Perez will podium, that's I think completely fine and reasonable. But I will predict a double Ferrari podium. Here, no Ferrari DNF. I'm not late. No late Ferrari DNF or anything. Will Charles have any problems with his car? Will Carlos have any problems with this car. We'll see. That's really the only way I see them not having a double podium, to be honest. Besides that, Carlos, he's gonna cook another podium. I can see it happening. He's got that dog in him right now, right? He saw that his contract's up for this year, and he's like, all right, tough. And he's just become that guy. So now let me introduce my race winner and second. Pow! That means Leclerc is race winner. Max. Okay, to be honest, right? Obviously, Max might win this race. There's a good chance he will. There's a good chance he wins this race. But at the same time, listen to me. If Max isn't betting against Max early is honestly the best time to do it. Maybe, well, in general, I feel like, because that was the best time to do it last year, and I think like the year before. You got to bet against Max early. You got to take the wins. You got to take the predictions for race winner away from him early, because the longer the season goes on, it's only gonna get worse. He's only gonna become better and better and better. Especially if you do have something like this where you have competition, and then he's like, okay, I gotta be better, and then he often will just become better. We saw this last year with Perez, where he just became the GOAT after the 4th race, and just didn't make a single mistake ever again. Well, not until at least Singapore. So you gotta take these early opportunities away from Max, okay? If you don't like guess a different race winner in the first 5 races, the rest of your predictions better look like this. Like, you better... okay, that's all I'm saying, okay? But, caveat, there's a lot of beef going down at Red Bull. There's a lot of tension. Max is typically unshakable. But maybe this whole deal might be the thing to shake him. It might be the thing to shake him. He didn't seem too bothered at Bahrain. But, you know, he's human. He's not, like, we like to joke around and say he's a robot. He's not. He's just a Dutchman who was born in, I think, Belgium. But he's just a Dutchman. He's human. He's prone to a little bit of. So I'm predicting a Charles Leclerc race winner, because he deserves it. And honestly, this is the sole reason, to be honest, where I didn't guess him as pole position, because we all know if he gets pole position, he cannot legally win a race. It is in his contract. It's just not a thing. It's not a thing. Hulkenberg can't podium, and Leclerc can't convert a pole into a win. We know this to be true. We know this to be true. But with that, that's my Saudi Arabian Grand Prix predictions. I don't think they're too crazy. Besides the Hulkenberg in 6th, that is quite bold. If I had to honorable mention real quick, I do think Williams will also have a good race. Do I have Williams here? Where's Williams? We'll behind the scenes action. I do think Williams will have a shy strive as well. I just wasn't too sure because I didn't want to call them shy strive and have them not score any points. But I do think they're going to be right in that 11th to 14th. Like I think they'll have the best race they possibly can. That's all I'll say. But with that all said and done, thank you for tuning in. Those are my predictions. We'll see if they're as shocking as the Bahrain. I only got Carlos Sainz was the only prediction I had correct in the Bahrain Grand Prix. We'll see if that doesn't happen again. But I've been your host, Vilgax Cash Money. Follow me on any social media. Just type in Vilgax Cash Money. Weeksy.ult on Instagram. Beatmaker, my boy, my son. Thank you for tuning in. And let's hope that Max doesn't blast everyone by 20 seconds. Woohoo! Peace out, boys.